This local sports report is presented by the Inn of Waterloo, a proud supporter of local sports. The Inn is open and is now offering gym and pool memberships to the KW community. Book a room, hit the gym, and go for a swim at the Inn, located at 475 King Street North in Waterloo. Call 519-804-1130 or visit theinnofwaterloo.com. He's a happy, positive guy at the best of times, and now you have a football season to sink your teeth into, starting on September 18th. Big smile on Chris Bertoia's face. He's the head coach of the Waterloo Warriors. What's the energy with the guys, and what's the buzz for you right now, Chris?
Oh, the energy is outstanding, and obviously the guys are chomping at the bit to get out on the field, and fortunately enough, we've been able to ramp some things up here and getting to this step 3 and getting out on the field and getting back to OUA Football, and you know, we have a really good team returning, and we're really excited at the opportunity to compete this year in the 2021 season, and the guys are excited. I can't say enough about it, and the leadership that stepped up, and just the initiative that our players are showing, and the want to, and the desire to be successful this year. It's contagious, and it's super exciting, and I can't wait to get things rolling.
Can this team win a championship in your mind? Obviously, you've got the pieces. I think you've got some really excellent pieces, starting with your quarterback, number 5, Trey Ford. When you look at the team overall, though, it takes a team to win a championship. Why can this group be successful?
Well, I think first of all, I think we've got a very, very good football team. Yep. Obviously, Trey's a special player, and so is his brother Tyrell and Gordon. There's lots of great individuals on our team, but you're a sum of all parts. And I think the nice thing is that our defense has gotten a year or two older. We've been able to recruit some really, really talented kids on the defensive line and fill spots in all 3 of those different, DB and linebacker and D line. I think that's a big piece. Our defense stepping up, and I'm excited to see them, and I'm confident in them. Winning a championship, certainly I believe we have a championship caliber team, and couldn't say that 6 years ago, and really excited for this opportunity. I think you got to have a little bit of lady luck on your side. You got to stay healthy. Yep. Those are factors that we got to take care of as a coaching staff, and how we conduct practice and baby steps back into it. And but yeah, it's an exciting time, and I certainly think we can compete for a championship, but we got to stay healthy.
Who are the key names? Give us some names of players, that are obviously a little bit older now, that you think can be impact players, can be difference makers this year. That, you're right. We know about the Trey Fords and the Tyrell Fords and, Gordon Loms and that, but there's other guys that are also important that are going to be key cogs in this wheel if you're going to get to where you want to get to.
Yeah, well, just because of COVID and the pandemic and guys being able to extend their careers a little bit, 4/5 of our offensive line are in their 6th and 5th year. Right. Greg Brand, Spencer Andrews, and Troy and Grant Curtis, the Curtis twins. I'm excited to see what our O-line can do. Defensive line-wise, Mike Perrick's really stepped up and become a great leader on the team. Michael Reed returns, and he's an unsung hero for us. He's the hardest working player on our team, leads by example. He's been overlooked a lot in his life and overlooked a lot here at the university amongst his peers in the OUA, and we're super excited to have Rito back. Yeah. Deshaun Jupiter Dean is another player who we expect to have a breakout year. There's lots of guys that can contribute, and not to can't not mention the Hinsberger 3 in Devon, who's returned from yet another knee injury. I'm so proud of him and what his drive to get back on the football field it's inspiring and amazing. And then you got Jack Hinsberger, former OUA Rookie of the Year, coming off a knee injury, but he looks fabulous. And then younger brother James, who's a special athlete. So really excited. I kind of went through a bunch of guys there, but we're excited about everybody on our team.
What challenges does this year present, or how is this year different? You're playing a 6-game season, which puts an extra emphasis on every single game. You want to go 8-0 in a normal season. Now 6-0 is obviously the goal. But why is it unique, and what's your message to the group about that stuff?
Well, it's unique because it is a short season, obviously a little bit more compacted. 6 games in the OUA West. They've broken it into OUA West and East, and with not slighting the Eastern Conference, but if you look at the recent history, the West is a pretty tough division. Absolutely. With Windsor, with Western, with Laurier, Guelph, and McMaster. Every game is going to be very, very competitive, challenging, difficult to win. And that's kind of where the health factor comes in. If you got to have your horses, and so that condensed season, obviously we're still going to be battling with different parameters related to COVID, maybe we might lose a couple key cogs to COVID, and they have to sit out. There's so many different things that we're going to have to juggle and balance and move our way in and out of during this season. So it's certainly going to be a unique year, but I'm really happy that we get a chance to go out there and compete again. I think it's necessary. We have to get back to normal, some form of normalcy, as people say. These kids need to play football. They need every kid needs to be active, and so I'm excited that we have that season opportunity, and I'm excited that we get to compete for a Vanier Cup too, and we're not just limiting things to just our conference in the OUA.
I'm excited that you're going to play the Laurier Golden Hawks twice. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. You know, you and Michael Faulds are obviously friends off the field, but when you get on these sidelines, a bit of a whole different ball game. What would your message be to the community of KW about the rivalry and, you know, what you want them to know? Support these student athletes.
The last two games, if you weren't in the stands, they were pretty exciting. You know, us over at Laurier Stadium at Knight Newborough Field and winning 34-32 in the last minute, and then Laurier winning 53-50 here in triple overtime. There's certainly a rivalry that exists now, and that's because we're both very competitive programs, and that's the exciting piece. And you got to look at our roster makeups, and there's a lot of young men that come from the Kitchener-Waterloo region, and it's important to support local, but we also have to support the guys that came from out of region and now call this home. So I implore everybody, if you have an opportunity to get out to one of the games, one of the Battle of Waterloos, please do so. I think they're going to be very competitive, high intensity, and lots of fun. And it's entertaining football with high caliber athletes, and it's right here in your own backyard. So please support.
And training camp opens right on this field here for the Warriors on September 2nd. They will play their home and regular season opener September 18th against the Windsor Lancers at 1 o'clock. We can't wait.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. My bad. Got to get that right. 6 o'clock against the Windsor Lancers. Getting corrected by Coach Bert on the 519. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it as always.
For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.